Hey everybody, welcome on this beautiful Sunday morning. So I tried to record a video on my webcam, but it just felt weird. Like, I don't know, it just felt weird. It's weird. Anyway, I'm sorry about my hair. It's wash day, so excuse the rudeness, but I came to you guys to talk about that Joyce Meyer sermon I had brought up in the other video, talking about addictive behaviors and what I got from it. And I'm not sure if I brought this up on other videos, but I am a preacher's daughter, PK. So when I'm feeling down and, you know, in my feelings a bit, I tend to turn to God. Mainly listening to Pandora, cutting on my gospel music. You know, I'm not perfect. Trust me, I'm not perfect by any means, but that's something that I always resort to when I'm feeling stressed is, you know, putting myself in that spirit, because trust me, God has brought me through a lot and y'all don't even know. So yeah, I have another video on here probably a year or two ago talking about how I gave my life to God in college. So it's, even though I've been raised up in the church, this is just a recent thing for me to have a connection with God. Anyway, so the first point, like I said, the sermon is called Addictive Behaviors. It's by Joyce Meyer, and I took notes on it. So the first point I want to talk about is, she said, stop saying you can't control yourself. And I know one of my videos, I think it was a video talking about having attractive friends, I talked about how I can't control my addiction, how basically I let my addiction take power over me. And she's basically saying stop saying you can't do it, because when you put that in the atmosphere and you put that in your mind, it starts to, you know, you believe it. You know, if you say anything, I'm ugly, or I'm fat, or I'm, you know, worthless, or whatever you say in the atmosphere, your mind starts to believe it, and you start to live as that person, as a miserable person, as a ugly person, or however, as a fat person that can never get over addiction. You start to say these things in existence, and you start doing it. Hope that makes sense. So she was like, once you fully believe something, the devil might as well get out of your way, okay? Because there's going to be some changes in your lives, and I'm ready for that breakthrough. I know you guys are too. She also says, believe what you have before you let it manifest in your life. Meaning, in order for something to come in fruition, or in order for something to start happening in your life, you have to believe that you can do it. Meaning, for myself, I have to believe that I can overcome this addiction of eating. I have to believe that I can push myself to work out, and push myself to say no to certain things, to temptation, to eating horribly. Even it doesn't have to be about food. About, you know, I'm a horrible procrastinator. Especially, I've been procrastinating since I've started school, early way back. You know what I mean? I've always waited to the last minute. So right now, as you can see, books are out. Right now, I'm pushing myself to not wait to the last minute. So like I said, if you have to believe that you can do it in order for it to manifest in your life. I hope this is making sense, because I know I'll be talking all over the place. You have to say, I have self-control, I have self-discipline, which I'm going to start saying every morning before I start my day. I have self-control, I have self-discipline, so I can keep that mindset throughout the day when I'm faced with, you know, eating bad, or not wanting to work out, or not want to do work and lay in bed and be lazy. No, get up and do something. You can say no to those horrible foods, even though it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. Trust me, it's not. But every day, taking steps to practicing self-control, it's just going to take time, you know. Stop saying you're in bondage, and say, I am free, I am free, I am free, honey, I'm free of the bondage of addiction. You have to say, I'm free. She also says, the distance between where we are and where we want to be is always filled with doing things we don't want to do. How many can agree with that one? We see where we want to be. We see the after picture and we see the before picture, but we don't see the during. You know what I mean? We see in our head how our body's going to look like, and how we know we going to feel when we get to that after picture, but that work in between, you know, we get motivated to do it for the first week or the first month, and then it just declines. Oh, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Is this really a lifestyle? Is this really what I want to do to get to the after picture? But you have to work your way up to doing it. with anything, it takes time. Like, it's that picture, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but there's a picture of the start line and the finish line, and people think it's just a straight journey to that finish line. No, it's, you're gonna have all these turns and curves and, you know, hills and whatever to go through before you get to your destination, but you're gonna get there eventually. I know I am. I'm speaking it, honey. All right. Where the mind goes, the man follows. And she also covered many addictions. Anything you can think of, she talked about that type of addiction. And she talked about addictions that I didn't even think of there were addiction. For instance, approval addiction. I have it. You can't, which means you can't settle down and feel happy unless you feel like everybody approves of you. And I do have that problem, especially with guys in my relationships. I can't be calm, I can't be okay until I know they're okay. Even though I may be stressing out and mad or whatever the case, when they're good, I'm good. I do that with friendships as well. You know, I don't like people being mad at me. I can't take it, especially when I really truly care about them. I don't like when people are upset with me. So I have that approval addiction. I have to start putting my emotions first. I have to start putting what Alicia wants and what Alicia's happiness first, and not depend on other people to make me happy, if you know what I mean. The other addiction she talked about was reasoning addiction, meaning you can't settle down unless you feel like you got it all figured out. How many people have, you know, been stressed about work, about their, you know, family, about their weight loss, about anything. You stress over it until, you know, it just bothers you. You can't sleep. That's how I am. I worry about where I'm going to be in my life. I'm 22 years old. You know, what's life after college? Am I going to stick with this weight loss after I graduate? It's so many things we stress about, but there's so many things we don't have control over. You can look at 6 months in the future and imagine where you're going to be, but you never know what's going to happen in between those 6 months. You just don't. You don't know if something tragic is going to happen, if you're going to be stressed out doing whatever. You just don't know. So you have to live day by day. You have to, and it's nice to set goals in the future. Of course, I set goals in the future, but your main focus should be, what are you going to do today? What is your goal today? Is it working out? Is it studying like I am? Is it, you know, whatever it is, accomplish that. Take it day by day, seriously, because it's no point stressing about what you know, what you don't know, what you not know of, if that makes sense. I don't know. I see it in my head that makes sense, but I'm not sure it makes sense to you guys, but y'all figure it out. Y'all be knowing what I'm talking about. Also, if you don't have to have, let me read out loud so it makes sense, or read it in my head before I read out loud. Oh yeah, for me, sometimes I mentioned in another video as well, I need compliments for that validation of how I look or how I should feel, meaning sometimes it is nice to hear you're beautiful. Sometimes it's nice to hear, oh girl, you slimming down, or whatever the case may be. It's nice to hear compliments here and there. However, you should not live for them. You shouldn't always expect people to say compliments. Expect people to say nice things about you. You should already know that. You should already know that you're beautiful. You should already know. And I'm saying, when I say you, I say it to myself as well. I go through times where I don't, feel beautiful or whatever the case may be. But I can't search for people to fill that void. I have to fill it myself. I have to know that I'm beautiful, I'm nice and funny, all these things. I don't have to have someone to tell me that I'm all these things. And once you stop searching for those compliments, you get more. Because I remember at one point, my freshman year, when I started to lose weight, I had very low self-esteem in the beginning of that. Very, very low self-esteem. I had no confidence at all. I, stayed in my room. I was a recluse, trust me. And then I started to lose weight. I started to build my confidence. I didn't need anybody to tell me. That was probably one of the most powerful I've ever felt in my life, because I walked around different. I held my head up high, and people could tell that. And people are attracted to that. They look at you like, wow, she got that confidence. And with that, I gained attention. And that's another story in itself. But yeah, when you start to believe that you are better than how you act, like when you start to believe good things about you, like when you start to say these things that I'm successful, I'm beautiful, I'm all of that, then you really do start to believe it. I know at first, if you look in the mirror and say, oh, I'm so beautiful, you may not believe it, but say that every day. Eventually you're going to believe it. Eventually your demeanor is going to change. Eventually your head's going to walk up higher. And that's not just you, that's me. I'm saying this to myself as well. You know, I have to get to the point where I forgive myself for, you know, getting back, you know, to 226. I do forgive myself. You have to tell yourself, do you forgive yourself for, you know, going backwards or doing something that you shouldn't have done or whatever? You have to forgive yourself in order to move on, because you're going to be stuck in that same mindset of, oh, woe is me, you know. So I hope this video makes sense. On if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. It's called Joyce Meyer's Addictive Behavior. I hope this message helps somebody. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this every Sunday. I don't know yet. But I hope people watch this video. I know it's all over the place. My thoughts always ramble. But let me make sure I've covered everything that I wrote down. Yeah. So, alright. I think that's it. This is my motivational Sunday speech, I guess. Comment, like, subscribe, share. You know, if you have something inspirational to say, drop it down in the comments. I love, you know, inspirational messages. They always lift me up. So, yeah, that's it. I think I'm going to start doing camera videos on my phone because of the quality, 1 and 2. I don't know. It's just weird for me to do webcam videos now. It's weird. So, alright, I'm done with this video. Until next time, guys.